We're going to look at this week's Are You Kidding Me? Good and bad news for fantasy football in 2013. I'm Brett Norton. We are going to start with the big news of the day. Trent Richardson has been traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Indianapolis Colts. Great move for the Colts and good move for T-Rich as he gets to go to a much better team. A better overall offense. He's going to get more opportunity. He's not going to have to carry the load as much with Andrew Luck there in the Colts. The Browns obviously are kind of cashing in the season. I'll get to more of that in a little bit. But Richardson, who was a disappointment a little bit in Cleveland, now gets to go to a different opportunity. The Colts, of course, have Ahmad Bradshaw, who's not very good, and they just lost Vic Ballard for the season with an injury. So Richardson steps right in and is going to be able to make some serious moves for the Colts, and better for anyone who has T-Rich in their team. On the other side, you got Eli Manning. He's already thrown 7 interceptions through just 2 weeks. The Giants have a horrible running game right now, mostly because their offensive line is so terrible. Doesn't really keep Eli Manning all that healthy either. But Manning simply needs to take better care of the ball. You can't have 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions like he did against Dallas, 4 as he did against the Broncos, and expect to win any games. Clearly, the Giants are having offensive problems. On the other side, again, you've got 11 quarterbacks throwing for over 300 yards in Week 2, continuing to trend towards simply becoming a passing offensive league. Leads you to believe that maybe quarterbacks at some point in time will pass running backs as the top picks. But there's simply far more good quarterbacks than running backs in fantasy football. The quarterbacks you could end up with, instead of getting a Drew Brees, you might end up with Tony Romo. That's not a bad trade-off. But if you end up with losing Adrian Peterson and end up with a David Wilson, you're in much worse shape. And finally, again, going back to the Browns, they're already cashing in the season. Now the question is going to be who gets the first pick, the Browns or the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Browns already have said they're going to start their 3rd-string quarterback this week. Whedon is hurt, and they've skipped over Campbell for the start this week to go with Hoyer. That tells you how Cleveland has already said they're simply not going to attempt to be good. Clearly, though, the Browns are still a better team, but if Tim Tebow somehow ends up in Jacksonville, the Jags would be the better team. So simply put, he's not going to end up there. That's one of the reasons that he's not going to, and they'll fight for Teddy Ballgame as the #1 pick.